All right, frugal or cheap? That's the question. Is what you're doing to save money a cheap move, like you're a cheap Charlie, or you're just being frugal and that's very smart? 713-390-KRBE. We're going to start this off with the phones before we all share our own frugal or cheap stuff. Kathleen's up first. Hi, Kathleen.
Hi. How are you?
Great. Look at you, 9 o'clocker. What are you doing? On your way to work? You going to the store? You going home? What are you doing at 9 o'clock?
Playing some pickleball? What you got going
in
on?
the 9 o'clock hour, Kathleen?
I just got back from a rowing class.
Oh, good for you. Burn the shoulder burn, triceps.
So, what is this behavior of yours that we're trying to figure out whether it's frugal or cheap?
Okay, so you know all the plastic bottles you get, lotion bottles, shampoo, conditioner, stuff like that? I cut the bottom off. And because there's so much left, especially if there's a pump in there, you can never get everything out. So if you cut it off, you got a ton left in the bottom.
I like
love that.
But how are you getting it cut? Because some of these bottles are really big, thick plastic. How are you
Just
cutting
take
it?
a knife.
No, that's too hard. Chopping it with a butcher knife?
No, a lot of times you can just punch it with the scissors and then cut it, or an X-Acto knife is easier.
X-Acto.
Okay,
Great
now
idea.
I don't know if this is going to add to your frugality or not. It might be worth the investment since you do that. But at Bed Bath & Beyond and stores like that, like Ulta, I have seen the little spoon mechanism that they have exactly for what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah?
It's like
I have that.
You have it?
I have that, and you still cannot get everything out.
Yeah, it's like
You'd
a
be
long
amazed.
teaspoon with a little scoop just for the bottoms of like bottles and lotions and stuff. Yep, Kathleen, I like that
nothing
because
cheap
there's a
about that.
lot
That's
of
just a good
product
idea.
left in there. That is definitely frugal, not cheap.
But you then pour it in those little plastic, the travel
Yeah,
tube.
because then you're leaving it out.
Because you don't want to just sit
Well,
in
you
that
can
little
put tinfoil over the
think
top.
if you did
in your shower.
if I had a thing of like, let's say Curel lotion,
Cat food.
and I cut to the bottom, you can kind of like perch that on the counter, can't you? I don't know.
Get those little travel.
If you
plastic
want,
things
or
for
you
a
just grab
dollar.
a Ziploc baggie and throw it in there.
Oh my gosh,
But
I'm
you-
not going to put it in the Ziploc.
No,
baby.
no, you're too much effort.
Somebody walk by and see shampoo in a Ziploc just sitting in my shower.
a
They'd be like,
Ziploc shampoo. I
Who's
don't think
walking
so.
by looking in your shower other than you?
Who's putting shampoo in a Ziploc?
that's weird.
No, I'm not saying in the Ziploc. I'm saying put the bottom in there and just use Ziploc baggie to see it.
Oh,
Don't take it out.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
So you
Dump it
just
in
there. Not that
I'm
you're
not
saying
dump it in there.
into the
I'm just saying put the
Slide it
severed
over
bottom of the
like a
bottle
sleeve.
in there.
While y'all are on
Seal
the
it.
topic of bags, line 3, Andy has a very interesting hack.
Oh,
All right.
okay. Let's
All
hear it.
right.
Frugal or cheap? Hi, Andy. Welcome to the show.
Hey, y'all. How are y'all?
Hello,
Awesome.
we're
Great.
great. Tell us.
So with sandwich baggies,
Yes.
I keep my sandwich baggies. And so if I have chips or if I have crackers in them, I will literally use that same bag for like 3 weeks. And I make my husband do the same.
For
If
the
he has,
same
like,
chips
Jesus
over and
chips,
over again?
It's just
same
as
chips
dry.
Over and over.
Do you
That's
wash
fine.
it out,
They
though?
get
Or
greasy.
your fingers get in there.
Put Lay's chips in a Ziploc. It's all greasy when you're
Well,
done.
you got to stick with the same type of food. You can't put like strawberries in it the next day.
Is that true? You stick with the same, like, Doritos?
Yeah, I stick with like the same chips. So it's never like a mix of chips or like a mix of crackers or anything. So I don't like put like
Why does
strawberries.
my
I don't
potato
like
chip
that.
taste like cinnamon?
I like
Fine.
that, though.
That's fine.
That's a
as
good
long as you're
idea.
not putting spaghetti up in that Ziploc and then trying to wash that out.
You
and
can't get
reuse
those
it.
stains out. That's impossible.
Okay, so reuse the sandwich bag for the same item over and over. You can let me
try
try
and-
the 3 weeks in Andy's
With some
world.
leftovers, I'll use this because we get that Costco. You get the Ziploc package, so you
Uh-huh.
get the big ones, the
Yes.
half gallon, whatever
Yeah. The gallon,
and
freezer.
I'll throw stuff in there. She's
quart.
like, no, you can't do that.
Why?
You can't put it in plastic like that.
Why?
I'm like, you want to use the Tupperware type thing? That's plastic. What's the difference?
Wait, what do you want to do that she gets mad about?
I use a Ziploc bag.
To do what?
Like I'll put stuff in it, like
dump your
leftovers,
spaghetti
food.
in it or something.
spaghetti or just something. I'll pour in there.
In a Ziploc.
Yeah, and
In a-
it's-
in a
'cause
bag.
It fits in the.
Wait, is there
takes less
something
room.
wrong with that?
Takes less room.
I think it's very odd to put like
But my
something that has
mother-in-law-
liquid or mush
Why not?
to put in a Ziploc.
If it's got
Why?
if it's got
Yeah.
the like the little thing that seals it shut.
Right.
I'm not talking about the stick together seal. I'm talking about it's got like the little
The
sliding
zip- the
zipper.
Ziploc.
Yeah.
Ziploc
the
things.
gliders.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, Eric.
No.
Yeah, it's a
Nothing
man
at all.
thing.
But she also
I'm
says
all
that
about it,
That's
too.
a man thing.
Maybe so.
she gets mad at me if
Oh,
I don't
because it
put
doesn't
a
look good if you do it that way.
I don't put a paper towel in the microwave over the food.
Yeah, because
Oh,
then
you
it
got
splatters
it. 'Cause it goes
everywhere.
everywhere.
Got
Everything.
to, yeah.
Okay, so we're
Ugh.
doing frugal or cheap. A lot of people are looking for cheap ways to get things they want, like Kevin does scratch and dent or clearance searches for appliances. People go to StubHub the day of a concert, last minute. You got to give yourself an hour leeway time before showtime, and you're like, oh, bought those tickets. By the way, speaking of concerts, SZA's coming to town, y'all.
Yes.
October 14th, SZA announced she's hitting Houston, Texas At the Toyota Center, starting Friday, we'll give you tickets to see SZA, yet another artist coming. Of all the experience we're going to offer you, because we got pink tickets tomorrow for the Rapid Fire quiz. We've got Madonna coming in town. We got Ed Sheeran. Of course, we got Taylor Swift. Taylor Tag at KRBE.com.
So much happening. Like, think about it.
yeah.
Like that April of 2020. That's when everything hit the fan.
Yeah.
Like we're like, hello.
3 years later, we have so many concerts.
Everyone was working from home. And
It's
it was
back.
like, it was a
We're back.
no
Okay,
concerts. Now it feels so awesome.
Let me ask you if this is frugal or is it cheap?
All right, lay it on me.
Let's say you have a service, like name a service for your house, a lawn service.
Okay, like a weekly
And
service.
you're going to switch guys because you moved.
Okay.
Okay. And the new guy in that neighborhood says, hey, I can do your lawn for $60. But your old guy charge you $55. Is it cheap to haggle with the lawn guy?
Yes.
No.
That is. It's not
Wait,
or
no,
yes?
cheap to haggle with them?
Yeah,
No.
should you say, well, my other guy is $55. And the guy's like, for $5, you make that guy drive over here? I can just do it right now for an
Why
extra
not?
$5. I don't know. Is it weird? Is it cheap to haggle over $5
You need to ask
for
your
a
neighbors.
service?
I mean,
they
I
pay.
won't haggle over something that
Why not?
minimal, but
Why
so
not though? It's not fair.
$5.
If they're charging, like my guy tried to charge, I think he was doing $25 or $30 for my brother-in-law. And then when I asked him, I go, hey, he said you're good. I'm thinking about changing. What do you got? He goes, 40. I'm like,
Well, his
Oh,
prices
no.
have gone up. No, someone
like,
else is
you wanna
grandfathered
do
in.
this? Sorry. And he goes, okay. So he did it.
I don't haggle because
think
I'm
it-
sitting on a big lot and they've got a
My
lot
lot's
of
not
stuff
big.
to do.
Mine's
Big lot of money.
Well, yeah.
No, I do
You don't
not.
haggle, you got money.
I do not.
I pay my bills are bad.
That's right.
I mean, I just always wonder, like, where is the line of the haggling? Because some people get very uncomfortable with the haggle.
I don't like the
Like,
haggle.
my husband does not like the haggle.
It's uncomfortable.
But
What?
you gotta
I'm
be
with you, Mom.
gotta be direct with it because you
Business.
know that's part of it. Like, here's my thing: you're not gonna walk into a flea market and if they say it's $10,
Well, that's
$10.
different because it's expected
It's
that you're
built
going
to haggle.
Right,
It's-
right.
You're
that
the
model's
sucker
built.
if you don't haggle it, right? But even that scenario is awkward. Like, you know, you go to the beach in Mexico, don't they have the guys walk up to you like necklaces and stuff?
Every
That guy
time.
ain't looking for he does not expect you to say yes to the $8.
Right.
He
Some
thinks you're gonna
people
haggle
do.
him down to $5.
He's hoping you will, that you're dumb enough to do that.
We're
And the
drunk
guy on
enough.
the beach is often haggling for more than just
That's
shell necklaces,
mostly sunglasses and hats.
and weed.
I was like, what are you talking
He
about?
always says that, but I've never
Every time I've gone to Cancun, I've always had somebody
like when I'm
offer
on
me
the
drugs.
It is ruin your view when you're in that infinity pool
Yeah.
and you're looking out the beach, just staring, and the guy just walks right by you.
I know you're like that ruined.
Like,
that ruined.
You're
the
ruining my
scene.
moment here. I'm having a mojito and trying to look at the sunset.
We're going to go over the unspoken office rules that you should never break. And I'm going to start out with the very first one that made me like almost cackle laugh because the way it's written is so funny. I can just see a sarcastic, angry woman telling you this. Like if you're a newbie in a meeting at a job. So the line is, if you've been in a meeting forever and your boss says, okay, anything else? You keep your mouth shut.
Oh, for the love of God, please,
Keep your
because
mouth shut.
inevitably there is always somebody,
Keep your
and
mouth
it's usually somebody that's either new to the company or somebody that's kind of like on a lower level that really wants to show off, hey, I've got something to say.
I was listening.
Yeah.
Because nobody else was.
Right.
I mean, the way they keep your mouth.
And then you've
shut.
just added
All in
another
caps.
20 minutes to the meeting.
Or just email them on your own.
Yes.
Or stick after the meeting and
Yeah, stay after
ask.
the meeting.
Yeah, be like, hey, I just wanted to kind of elaborate
It's like,
more.
hey,
Can we circle back to what you said in the beginning?
Yeah.
About if we had any questions about why we need this kind of report. Can you walk us through that one more
Do
time?
you think bosses even like having meetings out there in this world?
I think they need to check the box and say, yes, I've communicated this to the team, so they have no excuses to say they did not hear it from me. I told them.
Sometimes they don't have a choice in the matter.
Can't they do like a little video and then just email it to
No,
everybody?
because you won't watch the video.
No.
No.
Because we don't watch
That
the
is
videos.
proof.
But they put something in there and you have to say,
Like a
email me back.
keyword?
Yeah, email me this
All right.
keyword so I know you've listened.
This is kind
And then
of
I'll
funny.
share it with you guys.
This is kind of more
Yeah,
social
so no.
rules, Eric. This next one is
right.
social rules. The third time you walk past someone in a day does not require a hello. Say hi the first time, nod the second time, ignore them after that. Because that's just weird. If you just keep passing the same cubicle because you're going from point A to point B and you have to keep passing the same cubicles. If you keep saying hi every time you walk by, that
Hi.
person will be like,
Awkward.
what's wrong with you?
Like here,
Hi.
here, my
Hi.
buddy Joe, he's an awesome sales guy. I love Joe. He's helped me out with so many things. But he put his office in the
Kitchen.
the kitchen,
break room, yeah.
the break room, which is smart because he wants to see everybody.
Uh-huh.
But sometimes here we only have like 2 minutes,
Right.
and then him and I start talking about football, and I forgot what I was supposed to do, get water.
It's like, oh, I forgot about the Rule and Ryan show.
And you hear the show come back on, you're like,
Yeah,
oh, I gotta
We're on the air.
But yeah, he moved his office there because he's loud, and he interrupts everyone else when he's on the
pit,
phone.
the sales pit, so he's in there working. But
So he could be as loud as he wants.
you're right though. So the third time I don't have to say
So
anything.
third time, just ignore him because
I smile. I wouldn't just straight up ignore.
or just be like, if they're doing their work and you're just kind of
You guys don't smile. You're just like,
No, I would smile
But I
or
don't
whatever.
ignore.
If they
Sometimes I
look
just don't
up,
go,
even they probably would be like,
I don't find
everyone
myself having to
wants
go
my
back and
ass.
forth multiple times. The one
like, hey.
after it on the list, this is one that really, really hits home.
Uh-oh. How about this one?
it's home for him. Okay, what is it?
It never reheat something smelly in the
It
office.
does have to do with smell. But here's the next unspoken office rule you should never break.
Kevin.
Don't be the smelly person at work. If your odor is more pungent than most, invest in perfume or cologne. Although too much perfume or cologne can also make you the smelly one at work.
Well, what's
yeah.
the comfortable medium with y'all? I know what it is. 0.
No.
We don't.
No, I like good smells.
Just
Like fresh detergent.
a little mist and walk into it, but you don't bathe in it.
Yeah, like I have cologne on, but you would not be able to smell it unless you're like close to me.
Like up on his neck.
Like I should be able
Is
to.
an
Ryan's
HR
like,
issue.
Ryan's like, what are you, 12 feet away?
Yes, I can't smell you.
Yeah.
And also, in terms of what you put in the microwave, I think Sam probably always has leftover salmon or something she's trying to bring in here,
do
which
not.
is
It says on the list,
fish.
no
which
fish.
is foul.
Do
You're
not
such a
reheat
lie.
fish.
Yeah, at 6 a.m. That's what I really want, guys.
Stinks up the whole building.
Especially right before somebody else is going to use it, because then
I'll
you
bring in-
cross-contaminate the fish stink.
Pesto. And Ryan loses his mind because it got a lot of garlic in it.
I'm like,
Stinks
oh,
up.
man,
so
you trying
good.
to kill
Remember
vampires,
Christina?
Kevin?
Christina would bring
Somebody
that was the
texted that
worst.
on text
Yeah.
at 37530. When I said we're going to talk about unspoken office rules, somebody texted on this show, it's text line, well, like Christina with her eggs.
She would
In the
microwave
microwave.
eggs, and I'd walk into the kitchen. I'm like, who took a dump? It was
No,
so
she brought
bad.
them in here.
Oh, yeah.
We're like, you can't eat that in here. That's
No,
not right.
it smelled like
There's
Because
no-
we're in a vacuum
That's
so
sealed
bad.
box. If
Yeah,
you bring a
smells
scent
linger.
into the vacuum sealed box, it will not leave.
No.
And it's not really cool to leave the door open here because we are broadcasting on radio and we need the silence of the vacuum.
We have a lot of people at 8
seal.
o'clock also that listen to our 9:30 break, I guess. They want to know what happened in our meeting yesterday.
Why don't you go ahead and tell them, Eric?
Oh, yeah.
Because I was worried about somebody wore a lot of cologne last week, and they've been wearing it for years, and just I couldn't take it anymore. So I said something to them. Nice. I didn't say it.
What's that odor?
I didn't say it like that. That was nice. And they came and they didn't. They might have had some on, but I didn't smell it. Nobody smelled it. They smelled great. So yes, it worked. So if somebody has something, just be nice about it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kill him with kindness.
Yeah. So I appreciate.
I love that scent. Just less of it.
Another one of the unspoken office rules that you should never break. Don't complain about everything. Constant negativity is not fun. Even if you agree with the person's take, then you're that person that nobody wants to agree with you because all that person ever does is complain. So you're like, ooh, you want to be like, tell me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are. Tell me who your coworker is that you agree with all the time. And if that's the negative Nelly, then you're going to be like, oh yeah, those two. All they do is sit in the corner and complain about everybody and
see
their
that.
coffee mugs and why they're not working enough.
I also say one in there too is if somebody brings you an idea in any business, listen to it. Don't just try and dissect it and make it different.
Tear it down or change it.
Oh yeah, that's good. But I'm going to do it this, and then by the time the plan is nothing that you came up with.
That's like Hollywood. Isn't that what
Yeah.
every movie is?
Yeah, every movie. You have an idea for a movie,
You
then
got a
they change
screenplay,
it.
And you
then
should
15 people change it,
acknowledge-
and then they make the movie out of their changes.
You should acknowledge people's contributions, too.
Oh yeah, people love pat on the backs. What was that stat, Kev? About 5 years ago, instead of money, people want a pat on the back.
Yes. And
Like,
so
well,
ever
I think they're
since, we
saying
haven't
it's
gotten a
still
raise.
Yeah, no, we just get that. Good job, good job, Kev. There's a pat on the back there.
Yeah.
I think it depends on how many years you've been there. When I first started answering phones at KRBE, y'all, I thought the biggest mountain I had to climb was going into the program director's office to ask him for a business card with my name on it. Because I was doing so much stuff here. I was 7 days a week Rula on KRBE, 7 days a week, but I was not full time. And only full timers got cards. And it would help me so much if I had a card that said I worked here because of all the things I had to do. And so I remember being so nervous I could not, I thought I was going to throw up. Because I had to go in there and be like, I want to ask for business cards. Did you know how simple that was for him? He was like, oh yeah, it's fine. You want some
I
cards?
still don't have business cards.
Does
And I've been
anybody
here for 4 years.
But back
use
then, you
business
needed
cards?
business cards. Now we don't. Now it's like, here's my Instagram.
I think my business card has our phone number from here. I don't even have an office anymore.
Oh, no.
Or with
No,
Yeah.
I got nothing here. I'm just like
It'd
a.
probably be like the
Call
email I
number
don't
that
have
starts
access
with
to.
260. Ain't nobody gonna answer that.
I just leave and do my work at home. No wonder office spaces nowadays are are
I know.
empty
So
around the
empty.
country.
So empty. Okay, so those are just some of the rules. You don't break the rules. Now we're taking your calls at 713-390-KRBE. We started talking about a situation where Sam's older brother had hurt his hand and his mom was like, "You're fine." Turned out that he was not fine.
She's
and
listening, and she's like, "I can remember that day like it was yesterday." I was like, "Gosh,
No, Mom, I'm not okay.
No, Kyle is okay."
But
He's
sometimes
fine.
kids do like they just
They're
stub their
very
toe and they act like their
dramatic.
toe fell
Yes.
off.
Yeah, so as a parent, you have that. Usually, you hope that your spidey senses will tell you, "Oh, that's really bad." But there are many times parents' spidey senses failed.
Yeah.
But
and
look at
I
all the
said,
calls.
the phone lines are full of people
Let's
who
just
have
go
been
right
told,
to
"You're
them.
fine."
Feel better.
We're going to start with Catherine, who actually said it to her child. She was not the child it was said to. Hi,
laughing.
Catherine. Welcome.
Hi. Why y'all gotta call me out like that?
You're laughing about it. All right, share with
Okay.
us.
How old was your child? And
Okay.
give us the whole situation.
He was about 9 years old. He was doing the skateboarding thing, and one of his friends, one of his friends had a birthday skate party. We're all at the skate park, and all of a sudden everybody hears a crash, and the parents, we're not paying attention. They're on skateboards. We're doing our thing over here. And my son comes up, and he's like, "Mom, I'm the one that fell. It kind of hurts." I was like, "Can you pick your arm up?" He's like, "Yeah." "Oh, it hurts." I was like, "You're fine. Go be with your friends."
Yeah, you're fine.
No.
And then
He did not turn away for more than 20 seconds, and he comes back and he sits down by me. And I see the tear coming out of his eye. 9 years old. He's like, "Mom, it really hurts." So I took him to the emergency room, and he ended up having to break, what is that, the clavicle thingy right there on your shoulder blade?
Oh, my God.
Oh, good God. He
It
broke his
literally
clavicle?
broke in half. It broke in half.
Oh, God. You were like,
So
"Suck it up. You're
painful.
fine." I'm talking to some moms over here. Get away from me. I'm having social time.
It's a tough kid.
Yeah.
He's tough.
My best part of that story is when we were in there and they were fixing to set it, his arm or whatever, and put it in a cast because they can't really do surgery. They just have to suck it up and do that. They gave him a child dose of morphine.
Yeah.
And he literally looked at the doctor and he's like, "Can I take some of that to go?"
Oh, my gosh. Poor buddy. How long did it take for that thing to heal back? How long did it take for a clavicle to
Well, and I don't know if
What
that's
the
the
word
right word. It's the bone that goes from your shoulder to your arm. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's the long, skinny bone that goes from your neck to your shoulder.
Yeah, right.
Whatever that is.
Isn't that your collarbone?
Sounds right.
Oh, yeah.
Collarbone.
collarbone.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
it. That's it.
But wow.
That's
So what was
what
the
it was.
recovery on that? When did it fuse back together? After how long?
It took about a month or two. I mean, he had to wear that little thing on his shoulder for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
And we did.
Smokes.
Did they
Yeah,
have to
I
put any
mean-
plates or anything in there or any rods?
Nope, they said there was nothing they can do. There's no surgery they can do.
It's
It's
still
just
growing.
gotta
Just
heal
gotta
on
let
its
it heal.
own.
His
Okay.
bones are still
Yep.
growing. That's a weird time.
And
Man.
Hope
he
gave up
made it.
skateboarding.
He made it through. He's 33 now. He's good.
Yeah, he's good. That's his story. Well, Catherine, we appreciate you
33.
listening to our show. Thank you so much for sharing your story. You're not alone. The phone lines are full of mamas and dads who are like, "You're fine. Keep playing." 713-390-KRBE. I'm sad that Allison had to go because she had to convince her mother after a year she had to have knee surgery because it was hurting so bad.
Ooh.
But she had to go off to work.
A year?
A year. She complained. Her mom's like, "Oh, I guess something really is wrong with you." Let's go to Crystal. She's up next. Hi, Crystal. Good morning. Welcome to the Rule and Ryan Show.
Hello.
Good morning.
Was it about you as the child or you as the parent?
It's about me as the child.
Okay.
Okay.
How old were you and what happened?
I was 12. I had just gotten home from school. It was a UIL performance. I'm in my white tuxedo shirt, and I'm excited to call my friend. So I grab my phone, run outside. I climb the ladder to my treehouse, and I get to the top, and the ladder breaks, and I fall all the way through to the ground.
Oh, no.
And my little sister's out there, and she's like, "Haha, you're fine." Like siblings, like. And she comes over, and I'm like, "No, help me! I can't get up." And she kicked me and ran off.
She kicked you and ran off.
God, that is such a,
Yeah, she
that is
was
such a
like, "You're
sibling
fine."
thing to do. You're fine.
So what was wrong?
Well, hold on. Like, before you tell us what's wrong, then what happens? Does she go get your mom, or she just leaves you out there alone, like roadkill?
Rainstorm coming.
She left me out there. So for 30 minutes, I laid on the ground trying to get myself up, but not.
Whoa.
Because it's like every time I would roll to get up, I could feel like my shoulder like not coming with me.
Oh, God.
So,
Gracious.
So did your parents come and find you?
My mom came outside. She helped me up. And then she's like, okay, well, what do you want to do? And she's like, well, do you want to wait till your dad gets home? And I was like, we'll wait till Dad gets home.
Mm-hmm.
So we waited a while till he gets home from work. And then he's like, pick up your arm. Pick up your arm. I'm like, I can't. So I pick it up a little bit and start shaking. I'm like, I can't. It hurts. He's like, pick up your arm. You know, like, you're okay. So I pick it up. It starts shaking. And then you see it, like, literally break and hang. Like,
God.
So
No, Crystal, I cannot.
it never hurt. I guess when I fell, it was a clean break, though. It just broke the bone to my
Uh-oh.
Oh,
It
from
broke
the
up.
socket.
okay.
And then we went to the doctor, and then they're like, well, you're going to need surgery. And they said I was going to have the cast where, like, your arm's up like a, I don't know, like up in the air, like in the, like,
Yeah,
like
with that thing that sticks to your, like, your
Sticks to your
wrist.
body.
To
Oh
keep
my
your
God.
arm up.
After how many
So-
days, though, Crystal, did you actually get to the real doctor?
It was 3 days later because I had to see like a pediatric specialist because I didn't know how to fix the break.
3 days.
Did they attach like a rod or something to it?
I ended up getting a pen and then just a body wrap, and they were able to wrap it down around my body.
Now, you said 3
I
days.
still went like
You went 3 days
3 days
before you saw.
later, and then
Was that the first time you saw the doctor? 3 days, or did you see a doctor that night?
I saw the doctor that night, but they were just like, "You're going to have to schedule with a specialist, and
So they
you'll
know it
have
was
to
bad.
figure out what
Yeah,
to do."
because they don't know how to repair
my
that. You have to go to like a
specialist.
surgeon that
Is
actually
it all
can
good
repair
now?
that.
You're just, no residual
It
issues from that?
It doesn't go up all the way.
Yeah.
Have you
Whoa.
got revenge on your sister? Have you kicked her?
Yeah, for leaving you there?
And
Oh
I
my
did. So
gosh.
no, I got revenge. So a couple of years later, I was out. It was my homecoming night, and then she went to the skating rink. And it was a skating rink I worked at. And then she tripped and fell on herself and broke her own arm.
Oh.
And
You kicked
she
it?
broke both bones, and it like came out. It wasn't so bad. It like came out of her skin. It shattered.
Oh, God.
Boy.
Called karma.
Whoa, girl.
So
and
we
then what
leave
did you
and
do?
we
You
go
left
pick
her
her
there?
up.
You left her there on the skating rink? You were skating around her during Dancing
In the
Queen?
middle?
During Dancing
Doing the
Queen?
hokey pokey and she's in the middle? Oh, right. Yeah.
We put her arms like on some magazines like to hold it to keep it still to drive to the hospital, but it was my job to hold her arm still. So
Yeah.
it didn't stay very still on the way to the hospital.
I'd
There was a
say.
few bumps in the way.
I was like, oh, sweet bump.
my
Ow, ow.
Wow,
gosh.
Crystal, what a story. Holy cow, that's crazy. Thank you so much. I was going to say holy smokes, but I said holy cow
Holy
instead.
blank.
Holy Toledo. Thank you, Crystal, for calling. Megan's up next if you're just
Everybody
tuning
wants to know,
in.
why does Ryan keep wanting to know if everyone has a rod in them?
Oh, I didn't know. Because he has a rod?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because you got a rod.
Yeah. I just was wondering if that's how they repaired him.